Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing another brand review. So just want to say this first, in South Africa we are really deprived of good makeup and variety of makeup. A lot of the products that I have reviewed on my channel we don't have in South Africa, and we should have, and a lot of them I've seen on YouTube and advertised on different social media, but obviously we don't have it. So today's review is going to be on E.L.F Cosmetics. Like I said, I've seen on YouTube that a lot of people have reviewed it, but this is my very first time using any E.L.F products, and I am really excited to do so because I've only seen good things. We have 6 items today that we're gonna be reviewing. As usual, I think I picked the wrong shade of foundation. I went into the store to purchase these and you can't use any testers because of what's going on here, so I kind of just looked at the bottle and tried to compare it to my skin, but obviously I was wrong. Anyway, I'm just gonna put my hair back and prime my eyelids, and then we'll get going on the first product. So the first product we're going to be reviewing is this bite-size eyeshadow palette. I thought it was really cute, and like I said in a previous video, I have been dying to review some different colors with my skin tone. I haven't really experimented with that many before starting my YouTube, but I have a green little palette here and I haven't opened it, so opening it up, as you can see, goes from darkest to lightest, and I think that's the order that we'll use it in. I forgot to put my hair up. Starting off with the second darkest shade in the palette, we're just going to pop that into the crease. The formula is a lot more powdery than the Barry M one we used last week, but we'll see how that performs on the eye. Just picking that up on a fluffy brush, tapping off the excess, loads of powder coming out then, and we'll just concentrate that color in our crease. Color payoff is pretty good so far, but just sweeping that back and forth, and then when there's a bit less on the brush we'll just start moving that up towards the brow bone. I've been thinking maybe to just do one eye on camera as like a step-by-step tutorial, and then coming back and just doing the other eye before we complete the look. Let me know if that is something you guys would want, so that it's not such a long drawn video. I can't speak and do this, suck at multitasking. I have tried green eyeshadow before, but it was just in a little Maybelline palette with some other colors, you know, those ones that have the numbers on them, and I really did like that, but I blended it with lots of browns, and this is the first time we're just going basically full on green. Might be more of a Christmas look. Moving on, we're just going to dip into this dark green shade over here, and we'll darken up the outer corners with that. So picking some of that up on the brush, concentrating the darkest bit as always in the outer corner, and then when there's a little bit less on the brush we'll just blend it into the rest of the lid, moving inwards towards the towards the inner third of the eye. That's really not bad for one dip, but I'm just going to go in for a second dip just to darken that up a little bit more. I think that's really nice actually. I don't know if green suits me, it looks a bit dark, but we'll see when everything's on the eye. So like I was saying in the beginning of my video, in South Africa we really just have a couple of stores, maybe a few, that do sell makeup, so you can just walk into any department store or grocery store and have like a little selection of makeup. Like here, you walk into Asda and there's makeup, or you go into B&M and there's makeup, or I went to Home Bargains and there's makeup. We don't have any of that. Like if you go to Pick n Pay or Checkers, you're not going to really find any makeup unless it's like Rimmel or Maybelline, but there's no like homemade homemade makeup. So I think for most people they would just either go to MAC or Bobbi Brown, or and honestly that obviously breaks bank, so you'll have to save up for an entire month just to get a lipstick. And I just feel like we really suffer for it. Like, you know, I get so excited when I see different brands of makeup and I just want all of it. I think that's what sparked me to do this, is just there's so many makeup brands out there and it's so exciting getting something new and finding something that you like and experimenting and just doing things that I couldn't do back home. Moving on, we're gonna go for this green shade over here, this lime shade, and I'm just going to use a small fluffy brush at first. It does have a slight shimmer to it, but it's not as shimmery as that one is. So we're just gonna try this brush first and then we'll move on to a flat brush if it doesn't work. I'm just gonna place that within the dark green. That payoff is really, really good. Oh, I can see why people like E.L.F then, and it is a drugstore brand. It is a little bit more expensive than the rest of the brands that I have bought, but I was so excited. I just got trigger happy and picked up a few items. So just darkening that up a little bit more. And then I'm going to place some of it on the inner third of the eye. And the same on the other eye, obviously. Just tapping some of that on the outer corner. I really, really like that this layers up so nicely. I really, really like that. So we're just going to try the gold shade now, and we're going to put that in the middle of the eye. And I'm going to try it on a brush first, as I always do, see how that applies, and then we'll either spray it with some setting spray or we'll just try it with our finger. And I think we should actually try all three just to see the quality of this shimmer. It seems to be picking up on the brush, which is, there's a hair in it, which is great. Just placing that in the middle of the eye, obviously just tapping so we get the maximum payoff. That works really, really well as well, but I want more of a focal point to the eye, kind of like a halo, which is really difficult with hooded eyes, but we're gonna try it today. So as you can see, that's not too bad at all, but we're gonna now try some setting spray and then we'll try the finger as well and see how much we can layer up. Okay, so just picking some more up on the brush and then we'll give it a quick spritz. Much better, much better. Oh, I really, really like that. Now we're just gonna try our finger and pick some of that up. The formula does feel very chalky to me though. I'm not an expert, but it does feel very chalky. But as you can see, there's not much fallout at all. I actually really like the green. We'll see how it looks when the eyes are complete. Right now I look a bit weird because I'm all red and stuff. The next item I picked up was this E.L.F Intense Ink Eyeliner. It looked interesting and I haven't used one of these in years. That is what it looks like. That is the applicator. That's what the line looks like once drawn. So we're going to try and do a little bit of a wing. As you know, I like to start just before the halfway point. It doesn't really drag very nicely. I'm kind of having to go over the same spot a couple of times. And that is what it looks like. I mean, I don't think it's very precise, to be honest, not like I thought it would be, and it kind of like catches on the eye. So I guess if you're wearing no eyeshadow or a little bit less, it would be easier to do. Yeah, not bad, but not the best one I've bought. I'm just going to complete the other eye off camera and prime my face, and then we'll move on to the next product. So I've just been trying to do my other eye, and it seems like it's dried up a bit. It's not drawing or paying off like the other eye did, so I don't know if I'm supposed to give it a rest first or if that's just how it is, but it doesn't seem to be as wet as it was when I initially opened it, and I'm really struggling to get the color to pay off. I think that's the problem with these liners. They dry out so quickly. Look at that, it's just like getting stuck and caught, and like I'm really tempted to just use a different liner, but I think that would be defeating the point of this review. But that was a real challenge. So the next item I purchased was this E.L.F Flawless Satin Foundation. As I said, it is not the right shade. I have tested it, and yeah, I was completely off. It is too light, but for the sake of the review, we're just gonna have to use it. Just taking a foundation brush, I'm just going to do 2 pumps on my hand. Look how light that is. It's ridiculous. I don't know what I was thinking. Anyway, just stippling. Oh my gosh, it has a really strong smell. It smells like soap. So I'm gonna look like a geisha after this. Just make sure I cover all the parts that are showing. I can't believe I was so off. The shade I got is called Buff, and yeah, like I said, way too light. I think if I use it in the future, I'm gonna have to mix it with one of my darker shades. I'm definitely gonna have a reaction to this because this scent is ridiculously strong, and also I've noticed that it's separating on my skin and settling in my pores, so it doesn't really look like a satin finish either. By taking it, it also looks like it is oxidizing a bit, so hopefully it oxidizes more on my face. So I'm just gonna add a little bit more in these problem areas. It also looks like you can't layer it up, it's just moving around and sitting on top of the first layer. Oh, this is actually horrible. Oh, look at that. I don't know if it's maybe just because it's too light, but I've never seen my foundation do that before. It's just sitting on top of the skin and not like meshing. Oh no, I don't like that. Anyway, I'm just gonna take a damp beauty sponge and we're just gonna try and push that into the skin. See if that helps. It's also grabbing onto like my little facial hairs. No. Even though it's too light, like I bought that one from a Model's Own, which was also too light, but it sat really nicely on the skin. I'm not sure if you can see, but it's literally setting in all my pores, just sitting there. And I've just applied it and it's starting to separate by my nose already. Come on, E.L.F, like I had really high hopes for you. Oof, I don't know. I don't like this. Obviously we're supposed to be doing a wear test as well, but I don't know if I can keep this on my skin. It's really bad. I was waiting for a product to really disappoint me, and this is definitely one of them. Aww. Okay guys, so I've added my concealer and bronzer, and I really don't like this foundation. My face is already starting to itch, especially around the nose over here, and it literally just looks horrible. I mean, as you can see, it's a shade too light, but still the formula just isn't sitting nicely with my skin. And I did go for a satin finish because my skin has been a lot drier and more dehydrated, so I thought a satin finish would be better for my skin rather than a matte finish, which is quite drying. I really do like the eyes though. Moving on, I got another little bite-sized duo, and we have blush and highlight. My nose is really itching. It feels like there's stuff crawling on my face. I think it's trying to sink into my pores. I don't know, but really itchy. That is what it looks like inside, and I really do like this color of blush. I always gravitate towards that. And the highlight is more of like a bronzy tone. So just taking a highlighter brush and picking up some of the highlight. We're gonna go in lightly because we don't know how pigmented it is, but just placing it on the high points of the face. Oh, it's not too bad at all, actually. It's not as shimmery as I thought it was gonna be. My face is itching so much. It's moved to my chin now as well. It just feels like something's crawling on my face. Don't know if it's coming off on camera, but I do really like it. It's just like a nice shimmer. Anyway, down the center of the nose as always. Moving on to the blush. I really do like the highlight. Just taking my blush brush and picking some of that up. Again, we don't know how pigmented it is, so we just want to go in lightly first. So just on the cheekbones. Oh, that is very pigmented, and it looks really nice with that highlight. I really do like the color as well. I really like that. Wow. Moving on to completing the eye, I think we should go for this second darkest green shade, as I feel like the other one is a bit too dark and it might close my eye off. So I'm just going to pick up a flat brush that's got like a straight edge. We're going to place that on the outer third, linking with that wing. I'm just going to take another angled brush and we're going to pick up some of this lime green over here, spray it with some setting spray so we don't get any fallout, and we'll place that in the middle of the eye, linking it to the other greens for a nice smooth transition. And then lastly, on our flat brush that we used the gold shade or yellow shade with, we're gonna dip into that again. We'll place that on the inner third. And then just picking up a precision brush, we're gonna dip into that highlight again, just pop it in the inner corner as we always do, tapping off the excess, and we'll place that right on the tear duct, and then just some under the brow. The last item we picked up is this lipstick. It is Seriously Satin and the shade is Cherry. It is more of a cool tone red, so I'm not sure if it will suit my skin tone, but I think I'm pretty neutral, so hopefully. I was really attracted to this canister. Let's just do a little swatch. It feels really sticky, like it didn't just glide, but it might be just because this is the first time I'm using it. I'm just going to fill the lips off camera and then we'll go ahead and apply the lipstick. So that's the lips lined, and we're just gonna move on to filling the lips with the lipstick. So like I said, it isn't very, it doesn't glide on very smoothly, to be honest. It's kind of tacky. The formula doesn't look bad, but it doesn't feel the best on the lips. But I'm just going to pop on some false lashes. I know I've been doing it quite often, but I'm trying to get the hang of them. I'm really bad at doing it, so I thought with every video I'll try and add some lashes just so that I can get the hang of using them, and it just adds like a little bit of a dramatic look to the final look. But when we come back, we'll just move on to the final look and some final thoughts. Okay guys, so this is our finished look using E.L.F Cosmetics. Final thoughts. I'm not going to make this very long because it's the boring part, isn't it? But shall we start off with the things I liked? So I think it was pretty obvious, but the blush and highlighter bite-sized palette and the eyeshadow bite-sized palette I really loved. I feel like the greens actually really did suit me, surprisingly, and it suited the red lipstick, which I'm very surprised by. But I would definitely recommend these. They do have a range of shades in each of these, not so much obviously in the blush, but definitely in the eyeshadow. I saw a blue one, a pink one, a neutral tone one, so definitely would recommend these. as you would have guessed, the foundation is a definite no. No. It sits so strangely on the skin. It accentuates pores, and it definitely doesn't have a satin finish. It's more matte, honestly. Maybe it's just age stock, I don't know, and don't come at me for not liking it. It's just personal preference. I've never used anything quite like it, to be honest. As we said, like, the color is off, I know, but honestly, and it's so fragrant, so strong. My face is itching. Like, I don't even know how long I could do this wear test for. I'm gonna push for about 2 hours, and we'll come back and just check in, and I'll pop the video in here. But didn't really like that. Hi guys, so I've been wearing the makeup for about 6 hours now, and I thought it had changed a bit because my face has obviously gone really oily, but it hasn't. Obviously I've eaten, so the lipstick has come off. The eyeshadow still looks really nice, but the foundation is really a no-go. As you can see, it's sitting in all my pores, and I know it was a shade too light, but it shouldn't be looking like this, so I definitely wouldn't recommend that. The eyeliner, Intense Ink Liner, it's intense black, but I mean, it only worked on one eye and then basically dried out on the other, so I think that's a bit of a waste. The one I got from Poundland was a lot better than this. This was probably the most expensive brand that I purchased, and I could have done without. Definitely. The lipstick, I'm on the fence about. I mean, the color is really nice, but it's so dry. It's supposed to be a satin finish, but if you look, that's matte. There's no shine, no sheen. That's matte. Anyway guys, that's it from me. Thank you so much for watching, and if you stayed to the end, you are a legend. As I've mentioned in my previous video, we will be doing a giveaway when we reach 1,000 subscribers, and the giveaway will be revealed once we reach 100 subscribers. This is just a little sneak peek of what we've got so far, but I'm just adding to it as we go along, and the closer we get to 1,000, the more goodies there will be. So please like, subscribe, share on social media. I did recently download TikTok. I know I said I would never, but I thought it would just be a good idea just to get myself some more exposure. So to follow me on TikTok, my handle is just Shades of Neen. No space, no underscore, just Shades of Neen. Please follow me on Instagram if you want to. Again, Shades of Neen. And that's it from me, guys. Thank you so much again for watching. Thank you for all your support. I really do appreciate it. We have some exciting things coming up. I went on a haul, like I said, and there's some pretty exciting stuff in there. Hopefully I chose the right shade of foundation, but oh, it's one of those. Anyway, have a great one, everyone. Bye.